The night was colder than usual when Daniel moved into the small countryside house. It stood at the end of a dirt road surrounded by whispering trees and fog that refused to lift. The rent was cheap, too cheap, but Daniel didn't question it. He only wanted silence, a place to work on his art. He didn't know yet that the house had been silent for a reason. The first night as he unpacked, he heard a faint knock from the attic. It was rhythmic, soft, and distant, like a rope swinging against wood. He ignored it, telling himself it was just wind or loose boards. But as the night deepened, the sound came again, more deliberate this time. Knock, pause, knock. A pause long enough to make him listen for the next one. He finally climbed up the narrow ladder to the attic, holding his phone for light. The air up there was dry and thick, filled with dust motes floating like tiny ghosts. Nothing seemed unusual. Old furniture covered in sheets, a broken mirror leaning against the wall. But just as he turned to climb down, he noticed something in the corner, an old wooden chair hanging from the ceiling by a rope, slowly turning as if someone had just pushed it. He froze. The air felt heavy. He took a step closer and his phone flickered once before dying completely. The room plunged into darkness. He reached for the ladder, but his hand brushed something cold, like fingers, barely touching his skin. His heart pounded and he stumbled down, nearly falling. When he reached the ground floor, everything was still again. No movement, no sound, only the faint creak of the hanging chair above. The next morning, Daniel tried to laugh about it. He blamed his imagination. But when he went to make coffee, he noticed muddy footprints near the back door, small, bare, and wet. They led from the kitchen straight toward the attic ladder. He hadn't opened that door. He hadn't gone outside. He decided to leave for a few hours to clear his head. When he returned that evening, the footprints were gone, but something else had changed. The broken mirror from the attic now stood upright in the living room. Its glass was cracked, but faintly beneath the cracks, he could see a reflection that didn't match him. It was a woman, pale, with sunken eyes and a faint smile that didn't move when he did. Daniel whispered, "Who are you?" The reflection blinked once, slowly, then tilted its head. He backed away, his pulse racing, but his own reflection stayed still. Only hers moved. She lifted a hand and pressed it against the inside of the mirror, leaving a faint print on the glass. He turned and ran to the front door. It wouldn't open. The key twisted, but the lock was jammed. He kicked, pulled, screamed, but the door refused to budge. From upstairs came a soft creak, like the rope moving again. He turned, and the whisper followed. It wasn't words at first, just a breath, a sigh, and then his name, Daniel. It came from every direction, sliding through the walls like wind. He stumbled back until he hit the mirror, and in that moment, the reflection smiled wider, showing black teeth that didn't belong in any human mouth. He tried to look away, but his body froze. His limbs wouldn't move. The whisper grew louder, turning into a low, desperate voice. "It's my house," it said. "You shouldn't have come back." He felt a hand on his shoulder, ice cold and firm, pulling him backward. His mouth opened, but no sound came out. When the neighbors found the house weeks later, the furniture was covered in dust again. The mirror was shattered. The attic was empty. The rope hung loose, swaying gently, though there was no wind. And in the dirt by the front door, there were fresh footprints, bare, small, and wet, leading inside.